GM fam. Hope you are doing all right. Welcome to the Web3 Breakfast Show. It's Friday. I got my pizza shirt on to prove it. That's what we do. That's what we do. What's up?
Oh, I
got an echo with you. I think we got to mute you here on the StreamYard. Did you do that or do I do it?
You just mute the tab.
I think we're good.
Let's see. All right, there we go.
There it is. We're solving issues. Look, yesterday, well, so it's 9:07. We started a little late. This week has been an evolution of working through the the pre-show morning tech glitch rituals, right? 10 minutes to 7 minutes to I think about a minute or two. I think we made this record time today. And so I hope that your Friday goes just as well as my tech glitch hiccup went this morning. My gosh, we got that thing in and out. What a week though. It is Friday. So we'll get our pizza orders at the end of the show. So make sure you guys bring yourself on up to the stage. And so this way, when the time comes, we can get your pizza order and we get that thing sent out to you. One of these days, I think what we'll do is when NFTs are cool again, what we can do is create like some kind of pizza slice generator NFT. And that would be your POAP. So people just, if you only get them when you come up on stage. That's how you prove that you were participating, right? And then so people can collect their POAPs or their pizza slices. And then when you have like a whole pizza pie worth of slices, then you can redeem that in for a Web3 breakfast experience where we come to you and we do something wild. And like the full slice.
Yeah, maybe we can try and find like a local pizza shop and we like order you a pizza to your house.
You know what? There could be certain milestones. Like after 20 slices, we'll send you a pizza. After 100 slices, maybe we'll send you a pizza and a 6-pack of beer or soda.
100 slices, we might be delivering it in person.
I was just thinking that 100 slices, you deliver it in person, wearing the Chattahoochee Daddies.
Just found it. So yesterday, I don't know if you guys, I should probably put like one of those like sentimental posts up. But yesterday was my 9th anniversary, and so really a cool story. My wife and I had a great time. We went out to a fantastic steakhouse here, did the thing, had a couple old fashions. She had a couple martinis. We did it right. Had a steak, but prepping for this, we decided, what are we going to wear when we go out? It's our big anniversary date night. Nana and Papa are watching Emmy. And so, obviously with all this training that I did for my fight, my family caught the bug, right? And so we all were going to the gym a little bit more and doing the thing. Well, Whitney tried on her dress from our rehearsal dinner. It's a parrot dress. It's beautiful. She's like my little pin. It is her dress. This is not Whitney, by the way. But her dress is the inspiration for my pinup girl tattoo, by the way. So anyway, so Whitney got to actually wear this thing on her date night last night. Myself, I was able to fit into the pants that I wore at our rehearsal dinner, which I have not been able to fit into for many, many years, but slimming and trimming, getting ready for this fight made that happen. The shirt is nowhere to be found. We don't own that shirt anymore that I wore, but I got to wear the pants. So it was fun for us. 9 years later, able to wear basically the same outfits. We had a great time. I don't know where I was going with that. I was just excited to tell you that story.
I think you were going like Whitney finally let you put on the pants in the relationship again. Nailed it.
Yeah. Every 9 years, you get to do that, Jay. You get to put the pants back on.
You son of a bitch. I'd see where you guys are going.
Only for the night.
Yeah. I know. I put my stretchy shorts back on this morning, where they belong. So your guys are right. Thankfully she's not here, because what you guys did me dirty right there.
Did the handler come up at all last night? Her being your handler?
No, thank God. But but not in those terms. But we did talk a little business, and yes, she will be playing the role. Probably, we don't want to say handler. Maybe we'll just say she could be the CEO. She's the boss.
That's a lot cooler.
Yeah. Then I'm like a female-run business, right? It's better.
Well,
That's
JChains,
actually great. And then
congratulations.
we're like a spin-off of a female-run one.
Yeah.
So that's way better. So with Crypto, I see Crypto Scott down there. He's gonna have to start calling her mom or grandma, whichever she prefers.
I love that. Who was just about to say something? That was funny.
That was me. I was gonna say congratulations on your 5-year anniversary and
Tua. That is so funny to me. We were laughing so hard about that. It's just like how is something like that what just goes uber viral? And like, what do you think? Like,
just like 2 days.
You know, just having a little fun, maybe out at the bar, and then now like that's it.
Forever on the internet now. Like she'll always just be, oh, you're the Hoxua girl.
Making daddy
I
proud.
know that we would never be able to do it the other way. Like, there's not going to be any like guys that are going to come up with some kind of saying that's equivalent that's going to be as viral.
You gotta lickety spit.
You got to lickety split that thing.
Yeah, you can't. No, that's never gonna go viral. That does not work.
If it goes viral, you're like getting fired from your job. It's like one of those ones where it's like bad news viral.
Yeah, it's not good viral.
Oh my God, he's such a degenerate. Get him out of this company immediately.
Ugh, what a misogynist. Ugh, I'd never think of doing that.
Loves heterosexual activities with his wife.
Ew.
I love the chop shop of this show. You just never know what's gonna happen. You guys are amazing. Shout out to y'all. Thanks for everybody who's watching. If you are watching over on the X live stream, thank you so much. It looks like we got about 50 people, 45 or 50 people there. I got to zoom in. Even with my glasses on, I can't read it. Yeah, we're getting close to the 50 mark over on the stream there on YouTube. No, we're not on YouTube. It's just on X. I forgot. This is an exclusive live show for X where the video is there for you, as well as the space. So if you ever wanted to participate in the conversation, all you got to do is join the space. And if you want to watch the show, you can see Mr. Dude and my beautiful face right now. Maybe we should get some more people from the community up here too next week. I think we got some guests coming up. In all of my travels and training, and I've started meeting a lot of people and having conversations. We're going to be talking to some boxers, and I think a bunch of female boxers and MMA fighters. We are going to be talking to some Mr. Dude set us up basically with the idea to talk to Anna from MetaVixens. So we've got her lined up. I've got Shib Toshi from Squid Grow on the 4 p.m. show today. So I've got to get the advertisements out for that. So that'll be a fun one to converse with him. As you know, Squid Grow was my main sponsor for my fight. But they have got a lot of stuff coming out right now with Silent Swap and then a couple other things. So that'll be a great conversation to chat with Shib this afternoon. So I think that's done with the housekeeping for now. Carry on with our...
Yeah, who's that guy you had on yesterday? What was his name again? I follow him. He was awesome.
So Crypto Keeper. So him, and it was him and a guy named Miguel who used to run Debate Wars. And they've done some other things throughout their time. But they've since, split to focus on like their own shows. And so Nick is his name, Crypto Keeper, a good friend of mine. He's doing Trading Wars. So I potentially, I got the offer yesterday to be on Trading Wars this season, starting Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So maybe if you guys know any traders or if you like trading, make sure you give him a follow and tune into that. Crypto Wars with an S. It was a Z. But then Crypto Face was like, listen, man, you got to drop the Z. Like, that's just, nobody understands the Z. So it's now Crypto Wars with an S. Trading Wars with an S.
I think our resident fellow Web3 chappy sat down there, Jacob, has been smashing a few trades just lately.
Nice, dude. What? Oh, that's right, because you've been posting those screenshots and you're trading on Femex, right?
Yeah, I've been doing okay sometimes. I actually took a little break and I actually came back to it the last couple of days. And was doing okay yesterday.
Nice. My goal is really to wait. And you know, I've said I've still got a decent amount of my portfolio that is dry powder. I just got that sitting there on Femex ready to go, right? Ready to deploy when I feel like the choppy bullshit's done, like when we get into the up only phase. Because you can't predict like the bullshit. Like what's happening today, right? Like I think when I looked at the market this morning, everything was like down again, like 5% or whatever. Like, right? Isn't that where we're at? Let me just.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that looks a little bit scary. If you look at the stochastic RSI on Bitcoin on the weekly, it's looking a bit not great.
I mean, one of the things that AJ and I were talking about this week earlier was really Bitcoin had to hold like that 60, like it had to stay in the 65s, and then we got into the high 64s, and it was like, all right, like we really kind of like we can't really go too much lower. And now we're in the 63s. I don't really think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't really think there's a whole lot of support between where we are now and like the 58s, right? Like 62 or 58. There's like somewhere in there's like a nice little void, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Do you guys know anything about that?
Yeah, we're definitely at a scary spot. We're not at like a point where we're like safe, and we're not at a point where we're not like we shouldn't be afraid. We're just skating on thin ice, chilling.
But we know what's coming, right? We know a parabolic bull run is coming. This is just that bullshit to scare people out, right? Because because even in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, like we know where this is going. Maybe I should tether off. Maybe I should do that and catch this next little dip, right? Like if we are going to drop down into the 50s, maybe I'll do that, right? Well, what's going to happen is it's going to just be so fast, you'll be tethered off, and then it'll zoop down and then yoink way up. And then guess what? Now you're out of a position and you got to rebuy in higher than where you were. And that's just how it goes. Like it's trying to get you to these mental points of like, exhaustion and like, I got to make a change right now.
That's why you just accumulate. You got to think about the time horizon. You got to think about when's the top of the market. It's going to be in 2025. We're in the middle of 2024 right now. Why would you think about selling anything? You should literally think about accumulating as much as possible, because you're going to be making a lot more X's next year than even this year. So people are tripping out. Like, you got to chill.
Well, I'm all about that. I think, like this is the opportunity. We've been saying it, like and a lot of people have been saying it. Like, this bull run should be the bull run of all bull runs, right? Like this may be the one of like you can't ever miss, right? And so the more that, like you said, Jacob said, the more that you can accumulate, the better off you'll end up being, and the more X's you'll get. But what are you accumulating right now? Just your Bitcoin and Ethereum, or are you stacking into?
I'm the master DJchains, so I'm buying altcoins. I'm not a wealthy person. I'm not afraid to tell people that I'm not a wealthy person, but I'm trying to become a wealthy person. And you're not going to become a wealthy person just buying Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
Few $1,000s of Bitcoin. You got to take some risk. You got to do your research, find projects that are actually building for the long term, and invest in those projects. So that's what I'm invested into personally.
I love that. Let's talk about this really quick, because like that to me is one of those things where, what's the number you think that you need to have in order to invest in like Bitcoin only, to say like, I've got $3 million and I'm going to put it all into Bitcoin, right? Because that's a great investment. If you've got a lot of money, Bitcoin will be just fine for you. But if you don't and you want to make a lot of money, like what are you going to put $5,000 into Bitcoin and maybe 2 or 3 exit at the most? Like that's
right.
Yeah, that's the safe person investment. That's what like your friends that are scared of volatility are going to be investing in, and that's why it's safe, because a lot more people are going to be investing into it. But that's not the move if you're trying to make money at all. Not at all. It's not even like if you're looking at like stocks and stuff. You're not looking. You're trying to look at where the most volume is, where you can make your most money. It's just that simple.
Yeah, you try to find what'll be big next year.
Has anyone kept an eye on the Bitcoin to ETH chart lately?
No. Talk to us about it.
Just take a look at it when you get a chance. It's it looks quite interesting. The strength of Bitcoin to ETH. I mean, you look at the strength in ETH at the minute. It almost feels like it's fueling up for the altcoin season, but I don't know.
It's
still got a leg.
I mean, we still got a ways to go, right? I think as of yesterday, Bitcoin was still about a 55% dominance. Like that number needs to go like way down, like into the 30s before alt season even kicks off, right?
Yeah, I agree. I reckon we'll see. As soon as we start dropping below mid 40s, I think we'll start to see. Those green days day after day after day again.
I've talked to a couple of people about this, and I think we talked about it on the show too, but like what do you guys think about this whole meme coin and celebrity coin phase? Is this the top? I mean, it kind of feels like it should be, right?
It screams the top really bad.
I hope it's the people like coming to reality that they've realized Solana's trash and actually doesn't have real use in the world. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
You shut your
mouth. I think on Jacob's point there, it's like we might have reached we haven't reached like the top of like memes or anything, but hopefully we've reached the top of like the celebrity stuff, right? Like, sure, let's take Iggy Azalea out because she's clearly proven herself to be like somewhat of an outlier. So of course we're always going to have those, and good for her. But I think with like the other shit that's popping up, we're like, maybe we're at the top of like people will be like, I don't need another celebrity thing. Like, let me go looking for like these coins, like the ones that like people like us normie regular crypto people are launching everywhere.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because you thought like before we got into this meme coin season, the whole narrative was utility tokens, right? Like that was the whole thing. Like that's where the big push was going, was utility tokens, like utility. It was happening in the NFT ecosystem. It was over here. And then all of a sudden it just was like Solana.
It just seems really easy to be promoting these. Oh, I invested $50 into a coin and today I'm a millionaire, and it gets shared way too much and everyone chases the dream.
Well,
keep chasing.
I think that narrative is going to die. I mean, it will still always kind of be there because people love scratchers, but it won't be like it is now. It'll eventually die out.
Yeah, it has to, doesn't it? It has to.
Well, no, because people will still degen then on the large caps. People will still, I mean, there's so much hopium, right? There's the story. It's the lore of what this entire ecosystem is that it has the ability to turn you into a millionaire overnight. And people will fucking do anything that they can to make it happen for them, right? They'll try, and people will get wrecked trying, and they'll get wrecked again trying. But until like, I don't know, until like the volatility is gone where that opportunity is, right? Because whether it's leverage trading, whether it's launching a coin and getting you and your buddies in on like the initial, and that this way you're the only ones who really make the money, everybody else is exit liquidity for you. I mean, there's just all these different ways that you can literally become a jillionaire overnight, and people are kicking and screaming and clawing and scamming and scheming to like make it happen. I mean,
just go on Kerry's page, scroll down, find a picture of Morty, morph a hat onto him, launch a coin, and there you go, set up.
We just did. Market caps at 10 mil already.
One thing to think about too is, like y'all were saying yesterday on the show, how early we are. There's still millions of people who are going to come in, and they're going to be our exit liquidity, and then they're going to have to learn just like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Great point. And like Jacob mentioned earlier, he's like, if 2025 or where we're going to hit the bull run and everything's really going to pop off, then we've been patient for so long, and everybody's been gambling for so long now, where it's like, what's another year of gambling? Like, as long as people are patient, like you can still hit the right stuff.
But what if these tokens actually get use cases and there's a reason to use them, and then there wouldn't be exit liquidity because people would be actually utilizing these tokens to do something?
I mean,
I just think it would take a miracle for some of these to have utility.
Correct. So and I think the same lesson applies to let's even look at the NFT ecosystem, right? Like a lot of those projects are not going to survive. Some of them will come back. The money will come back into them. There will be liquidity, but at that problem, there's so many, or at that point, there's so many people underwater, like on both sides of the game, like in coins and pictures. That at some point, like when you get close to even getting something back on some of these things, people were going to take it. I mean, that's the name of the game right now, right? Is profits. I think a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys tell me what you think, but the narrative is pull your profits. The last bull cycle, everybody got caught with their pants down. Everybody did, for the most part.
Oh yes.
And so now no one's going to make that same mistake again. That's why we've been saying, like, for me, for example, like I say that because I was the fucking idiot that was sending a screenshot of my portfolio to somebody, and then all of a sudden it was like, a fraction of that. And so that's why I say, when you start to send a screenshot of your portfolio to your wife or your buddy or your mom or whatever, at that point, start selling it, because you've done what you need to do. Like, you've made yourself happy in some way, and then, reassess the situation, maybe start buying dips and improving your position from there. But once you say, like, damn, look what I did, you never know how fast it changes around here.
Bro, I think that's a strategy you can use in any kind of gambling situation. Like even like in whether you're in the casino on the slots or whatever.
Yeah, at least pull out your original investment.
Take it.
Sounds like Neil and Turbo can't hear each other.
No, it's my fault. I just clicked on it real quick. I was just gonna say, make sure at the very least pull out what you put in, and that's something I had to learn the hard way as well.
Yeah, that's what she said joke there.
Yeah. But psychologically, like that, I feel like that's a tough thing for people to do, though, right? Because, like, all right, so say I've got what I've put into, and let's just use my Ondo bag for this, right? Like, I've put in a ton of money into this one, and so when this, at some point, like, I get to the point where I could sell, and I keep my initial investment in Tether and put it back in whatever, and keep the Ondo bag as what it is. But mentally, like, why would I want to cut my potential gain in half, right? Like, that's a mental thing in my own head. And I understand DCAing out. I understand, pulling profits and playing with house money and all that stuff. But I still think it's a psychological hurdle that a lot of us face, where it's just like, I mean, like, I could sell that, but I could just also let it ride and make more money, right?
Yeah,
I think it's about having. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that's one of those things you got to like beat into your head. Like you have to like watch yourself lose almost to like learn that you need to pull out. When it's time to pull out. You know what I mean? It's a hard thing, but that's what it sounded funny. Yeah, you're laughing down there. Pull out when it's time to pull out. But
and then you're like, it's hard.
But you guys get it. It's facts. You got to lose to actually learn how to play this game. So
yeah, I mean,
it sucks.
That's the cost of the education, right? Like, and I think in a lot of different ways, whether it's getting wallet drained, scammed in some other way, or not selling and riding it down to zero. Like, that's just the cost of the education, unfortunately. But that's, hey, when you are self-governing and when you are controlling your own financial destiny, you got to learn. You got to take the lumps to learn what's going on. And sucks. It definitely sucks.
Right. Yeah. Or finally being the person who's like takes the advice of like people when they're saying this stuff, just being like, okay, you know what? I won't be that person. And it's so hard not to. But it's about just like, I won't do it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like writing it down or putting in protections for yourself, where it's like, if you are a trader, it's like, okay, I'm going to sell at this. And like, I put the auto sells in, so it just does it. And even if you're like sad, like, oh, I only made $2 million, I could have made $10 million. You still need $2 million.
That's why my goal is 50. Because even if I blow it, if I blow the whole game and fall completely short, I'm still going to be all right.
Yeah, if you're like, oh man, my goal is $50 million. I can't believe I only made 5. It's like, well, there you go. You still made 5.
Hey.
I can't buy a sports team yet, but fuck, you can do a lot of good things.
You can buy a sports car, and that's probably more rewarding. Maybe.
Yes, gotta get my ass. I gotta get my Aston Martin.
The DB9.
I know. Oh.
Go ahead, Turbo.
No, did not want to mess up this Aston Martin conversation because I was kind of wondering which one he was going to get as well. But that has been my biggest problem. You know what I mean? Is that like I set my profit that I want to take too high, and then when I make like $500, $600, it's like, oh, that's not enough. Like I want to make more, and then I lose all of it. So I think one thing I've been noticing, like in prop trading, that like makes a big difference is they set 3 take profit. Right, they set like their percentages to take profit as it's moving, whether it's up or down, and so they don't try to take all of their profits in one shot. So that way, along the way, you're steadily chipping your money back in, and then if you don't hit that, the big money, you still made money, and you can still be able to participate.
Dude, it's like what we talked about, like what I do at the casino at the blackjack table, right? Where I'll start like coloring chips, to get those hundreds, and then I'll take those hundreds and turn them into thousands, and then just throw that in my pocket, right? And just all of a sudden, you walk away from the table way up because you have done a really good job of pulling your profits off the table, just out of sight, out of mind, right? And I think that, unfortunately, that's the way to do it.
Which is smart. It's like one of those things, like, even though you lost your last 10 hands and you're like kind of like, fuck, I just lost like 10 hands in a row in blackjack, you put your hand in your pocket, like, oh shit, I got $5,000 in here though.
So we did all right. At the end of the day, that's how you do it. And it's all about that learning lesson. And you gotta I love your guys' advice. You gotta know when to pull out. You gotta know when to hawk Tua, and you gotta know when to pull out. That's the life lesson for today.
Basically, Web3 is like having sex in high school. Just gotta know when to pull out.
Well, basically, one is for, one's could give you 18 years, and the other one could just give you like 18 seconds of just good time. You know what I mean? So,
and one will make it itchy.
Yikes!
I don't know what you guys do up in Canada, but I'm gonna find out in Toronto.
Well, when it's cold, you know what I mean? They gotta use those wool blankets. That's
yeah, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Wool blankets. Thank you, Turbo. Good save there. Thank you. These are recorded spaces.
It's all right. Okay.
I was just about to say, I'm just gonna laugh later when I hear this video clip with that section on YouTube.
And they got a real bad case of beaver fleas, so up in Canada too.
But we got some great beaver tail.
Jacob, you're gonna have a meme coin that's gonna be called the pull out.
Life's hard, pull out. That's the tagline.
I freaking love you guys. Oh, what's everybody's plan for the weekend? Anything major? It's Friday.
Well, it's not the weekend, but I did go see Inside Out 2 yesterday with the boys. Man, it actually got me choked up, bro. It was a really good movie.
What's Inside Out 2?
You ain't seen Inside Out where they do the feelings and the emotions, and like each one of the characters are a feeling, and it's like a whole cartoon. Man, you gotta get on the ball, Jay.
No,
Amy needs to see that.
Man, I thought this was
it's heavy. It's like all about like, I think that the second one they bring in anxiety as the character, but the first one's about like core memories and like feelings. Like basically, it's like a really good story. Like I didn't end up finishing it because I was like, yo, this is like heavy, and like I'm trying to like escape from my actual reality, not relive it in a cartoon. But then the second one, I know that they also brought in like anxiety. I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna make me anxious. I don't know if I can get into this one yet.
It was just a good reminder, man, like that we got to like talk about our feelings and, like support our children and their emotions and the things that they go through. It was just a really good reminder, man. That's all.
I like that. All right.
And that's fair because we grew up in the generation of like, why are you crying? You want me to give you something to cry about?
Facts.
No.
I'd say that to Emmy sometimes. No, what are you crying for? Like you only cry when you're hurt. You got to toughen up, little lady.
And I say that, but that's totally different. Because I told my daughters that I'm like, I'm not going to raise like a bunch of wussies. Like, you got to be able to like, are you really hurt? You need to go to the hospital. But it's different than when your parents are like, I will give you something to cry about. It's like, you already did. Like, I don't want this.
Did you ever get the I brought you into this world and I will take you out of this world? It's like,
oh yeah, that was from my mom. Yeah,
like,
holy crap.
That's a murder charge, Mom. Like, are you really looking to go to prison? My God.
Yeah, or being spanked with a telephone because like you told your mom you're gonna call the cops on her.
Oh yeah, go ahead, call the cops.
Yeah, and she hits you with the phone from across the room, and it's on a cord, so like it comes back.
It's like a fucking boomerang, eh?
Bringing it back. Yeah, I've been there.
It's cool, you know. More abuse means that cops won't come, you know.
Exactly.
And that they love you.
Yeah.
And don't worry, guys, they felt
Hug it
guilty
out.
later.
Hug it out.
That's really interesting when you think about the psychology of all of us grew up with, and I wouldn't say violence, but like spankings and that kind of stuff. Like, I can't even imagine like ever trying to, like, if now she's only 2.5, right? And she may do some terrible things that make me mad, but like I can't even imagine like spanking my kid.
No, I know, seriously. Like, my daughter's 7, like sometimes she's getting to that like mouthy stage where I'm just like, I've told her, like, you know what your grandma and grandpa would have done? They would have just smacked me in the head if I said what you said. And she's like, yeah.
She's like, well, you're not going to do
Get
that.
the bow out.
Yeah, she's like, come on, pussy, do it. It's like, oh, God, call my bluff.
My parents would have got the belt out when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Same.
See, so my sisters got that shit. Like, they're 8 and 11 years older than me. So that my parents had my oldest sister when they were like 20. So they like grew up in that, like, my parents had no clue how to fucking handle their emotions. But then by me, it's just I got one of those, you know, those. It was just like a paddle, like up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, like one of those basically like like fake whatever ones that your parents just kept around the house.
Yeah.
My dad beat me with that one time, and it broke. To this day, I bring it up. He's like honestly, like that was like low point for me. I was like, oh, okay, cool, good. I'm glad you feel bad.
I had
Feel worse.
Dude,
I'm gonna remind you.
That's funny. I had a buddy in high school who like his dad was like, you know, probably the quintessential frat guy, right? Like when he was in college. And so I think it was maybe even like their pledge, like, you know, they had those big paddles.
Oh yeah, the paddle.
You drill the holes in it and stuff, like, you know, and that's like what he would like would hit this. Him and his brothers used to get smacked with like this big ass frat paddle. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, no, that's
We used to have those at school. They don't do that anymore. Like if we got in a fight, we got our ass beat with a big paddle. That was a thing when I was coming up through junior high and grade school. I mean, that was real.
They
Yeah, my
still do
dad
it
said
down
that.
south.
How old are you, Obis? How old are you?
Me, I'm in my mid-20s. But
Oh wait, you're 25. You're a trader one. Who was it that said they got beat with the paddle
I
at
think that was
school?
Neil.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I'm 40.
Okay.
So I mean,
I can
you're talking about-
confirm. Go
and
ahead.
you're talking about Mississippi as well. I mean, we're a little, you know, as y'all know, we're a little slower on some things. Capital punishment was real.
Like addition.
Yeah, I went to.
No, we put on
school
that
down
now.
in, I went to school down in Alabama. They still do that in college. Like it's I didn't know what a paddle was until
Dude.
I ended up pledging a fraternity.
There you go. Like dazed and confused.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you meant like the dean. I thought you meant like the dean was spanking people in college. I'm like, there ain't no way.
It's
No,
part of your
no.
acceptance letter down there.
Yeah, they do things a little bit differently. They're a little more physical.
Oh, man, that,
Which is also fine because we look at us. We all grew up to be very well-adjusted adults. Clearly, like none of this stuff has left any lifelong scars on us. We're totally all fine. We don't have any emotional baggage. Like, look at us. We're great.
Mr. D, what are you
That's
talking
because-
about? Like, I was sitting Inside Out 2 with my kids, almost in tears because they were talking about their emotions as
Yeah,
children.
no, I was kidding. It was sarcasm.
Oh, no. Yeah, 'cause I thought it was
Way to
just
read
me,
the
but I
room,
looked over
Turbo.
and, like every parent's crying, like, "Ooh, we're never gonna raise our kids right."
It is so funny because there's like so many, like, do you ever remember you'd say like be a smartass at the dinner table and you immediately like put your shoulders up because you knew like that smack across the back of the head was coming.
something was
Like, oh,
coming.
but it was worth it. The joke was funny.
Maybe a
Turbo's got some scarring.
Who just cracked their bones? I heard that.
That was me. That was I somehow cracked my knuckle right by the microphone. I apologies. It was a loud. Sometimes I get a really loud crack out of the knuckles or the wrist. So my bad.
Yeah, it sounded like it was a good one.
Yeah, but Jay, you can also like crack your entire spine, which is absolutely incredible. Like, you should just make videos about that. Like your little lift up on the counter.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been trying it for
I like
years. I can't do it.
I like tape a microphone to my back like they do on those ASMR chiropractor videos.
Oh, yes.
We'll just do crypto. I'll just like say something about crypto and then crack my back.
You ready for this?
Crypto cracks.
Ondo.
Crypto. Ready for another episode of Crypto and Crack.
It's like you ever see those videos of I don't know if she's like German or whatever she is, but there's like this girl who walks around with the fingernails and she's tapping on the Mercedes and she goes Mercedes and then like makes the noise with it. It's like you just saying crypto, repeatedly cracking another part of your body.
How do those people with the nails take care of like just some like normal human functions?
I don't know, honestly. All I hear in my office all day is typing, clicking, clacking.
That's like, I got Turbo's special keyboard here. It's what is it? The clickety clacker.
The clickety clack.
My special keyboard is also incredibly loud, so I've heard. So
those things are. What's this? SkyTech Gaming.
That's a very nice keyboard.
Yeah, mine's not a SkyTech, but my gaming PC back at home has like the red caps on it, so it's super clicky.
Carrie's throwing thumbs down. You better unmute yourself and chit chat. What do you got? Something to say about these fancy keyboards, Carrie? I know that you're like a key switcher. You like to add different keys to your keyboard.
Well, I'm driving right now, so I probably shouldn't be talking, but yeah, you guys are just fucking all wrong here. First of all, red caps, or red switches, as they're called, are not clicky. They're smooth and linear. The clicky switches are blue, and brown are tactile. So, and then there's all kinds of other ones in between. You can get green clickies and stuff too, depending on how much you want to spend on a fucking switch for your keyboard. But yeah, I don't know, man. Most gamer keyboards that are branded as gamer keyboards that are mechanical are junk. If you want a good mechanical keyboard, get a Keychron or a GMMK Pro or something like that. I mean, I know they get a lot of heat for being like middle of the road keyboards or whatever, but like my Keychron weighs like I could knock a motherfucker out with that thing. It's solid aluminum. It like feels like I'm serious, man. Like it's like I spent $400 on this thing. It's no joke.
Keyboard?
Anyway.
Wow.
I'm like, bro. Yeah.
Damn.
Are you scared, Carrie? Are you in danger? Like you use
so
your keyboard as a weapon, like just
personal defense weapon.
It's Canada, man. That's how we defend ourselves.
I'm just really glad now.
Keyboard warrior.
Keyboard warrior. That's
bringing a new definition to keyboard warrior.
You know what? I'm really glad. I'm really glad that when you said you were driving, you shouldn't talk, and I was wondering in my head, like, would you guys have the rules like the UK does? Because like Doug was telling me stories that like if you look at your phone while you're driving, you have to pay money to the government.
Yeah, buddy.
You have to, if you look at it. If you are not looking,
if you get caught.
Yeah, but you're on surveillance. They're on surveillance everywhere. They literally have everything.
Oh, we're not on surveillance everywhere. No. They don't have that yet. But if you get caught, like, yeah, easiest ticket in the world. And there's no way you can debate it because it's just like, but you were. And you're like, no, I wasn't, I swear. They're like, yeah, but you were. So here's your fucking ticket, loser. Also, Carrie, it is actually way more dangerous for you to be sitting there giving the thumbs down button because you're technically texting and driving than talking on the phone.
Sure enough. I was sitting at a red light, all right?
That's
touche.
If you were over here, then about the camera looking down at you, and if you had your phone in your hand at the red light, boom, ticket.
Yeah, like at a red light. Isn't that crazy? That doesn't even make sense.
Your car has to be in park.
Yep, and the handbrake applied.
It's wild. Like, I totally get that. So my mother-in-law was at a red light once, and she like looked down at her phone. She just heard like bang, bang, bang on her window. Fucking cop just happened to like catch her, and he scared the shit out of her. She instantly started crying. He's like, okay, man. I'm like, there's no need to freak out. Like, here's a warning. Like, get home.
Bro, when you said bang, 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 I thought she was like getting shot at. I'm like,
she's getting shot. No, this is Canada. I was like, you guys are immediately jumped to like the worst scenario. No.
He shot her mom 3 times. Started crying.
And I'm laughing about it. Like, gosh, she's dead. He killed her at the red light.
She shouldn't have broke the rules.
On a horse.
Yeah.
Was it a Mountie?
No. I think the cop had just like been behind her and saw her like on the phone at the red light. So he like hopped out and just scared the shit out of her. Clearly taught her a lesson.
I mean, but like you can like Doug said you can't even have the phone like on the like the cradle thing. Like I've got my phone like in a stand, and like I could touch it as much as I want to, and the cop's not going to do anything. It's hands free, right? You can do that here in the States, but like you can't even touch your phone while it's on a cradle in the UK.
Yeah, just to clarify, it's the touch.
No, in Canada you can. I think There's like a weird rule, but yes, we can touch it more than that. You can't be like dialing or something. Like, I don't know. Basically, what they would do is make you pull your phone records if you really wanted to fight it. It's like pull your phone records then and prove you weren't like calling someone. Then you're like either you were or you weren't.
Yeah, that'd be so easy to get out of. Be like, I didn't text anybody. I didn't call anybody. Look, I was on Twitter.
Oh,
I did like a few
I was
posts.
just streaming.
Imagine getting ticketed for liking someone's post about like meme coins on Twitter.
Right, or it's like
It's
something way worse. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, damn it. I'm just going to take the ticket because I don't want my wife to find out what I was liking on X.
No,
Oh.
100%. Imagine that.
Oh, what are you liking on X, fam?
It was just it was just part of the joke, man. You got to make
Yeah.
these jokes. It's just
Just
your posts
theoretic
most of the
here,
time. I don't want her to
JChains.
know how often I like your posts.
Just
For anybody
theoretic
that's
here.
watching the live stream, I don't know if you can see Mr. Dude has just gone redder than JChains' t-shirt.
Yeah, like, oh shit. they took that. They took that. I thought they made those likes private.
Yeah.
Hey,
you gotta-
I'm gonna tell you, you got to be careful. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just gonna say you gotta unheart all those thirst trap photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was actually so I've been doing some Uber driving, man. I had this rider, and he was like, we start talking. He's like, oh my god, man, I'm big in investing. We like hit it off and stuff. Became like instant best friends. He's like telling me he made 30,000 off Apple the day before. So I'm taking him on some ridiculous Uber drive that cost like $80 for him to get some gas station weed, and we're like riding. I was like, well, man, I was like, add me on Twitter, bro. And he was like, oh man, like you don't want me to add you on Twitter. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm an adult. He's like, I'm a famous adult porn star. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank you, family. Thank you for not allowing us to be friends on Twitter. So you do have to definitely be careful.
And that's how Turbo met Johnny Sins.
Which one was it?
Who was it? We got to know.
Yeah.
I
tell us.
actually,
We
I
know
didn't-
you were.
I don't know. I didn't keep his name. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
that was kind of the end of our ride and the end of the conversation because it just
Because he had too many clothes on for Turbo to recognize him.
Like, this doesn't look like you. Let me see that thing. I want filters, bro. You got them filters.
Too many
The camera.
clothes on.
The camera adds 5 pounds.
I'm pretty sure they say the same thing about gray sweatpants.
There you go. These shows got me going every single morning. Hey, so before the show, me and JChains brought up, so he doesn't have sleeves on his shirt. I mentioned that the sleeve monster got him, and then we were talking about like the dryer, like, oh no, the dryer that's where all the magic happens. And I was like, you know what? What if does no one ever takes inventory from your washing machine? Like, what if all these years it's been the washing machine that's actually been the culprit, and we're always blaming the dryer?
Like,
There's some food for thought today.
I know, like now someone that heard this is going to start inventorying what they put into the wash and then what goes into the dryer, and we're going to figure out where the discrepancy actually happens. And I think for science, we need that to happen.
I think I can speak to this actually because I've taken both my dryer and my washer apart and repaired parts of it, and I've only ever found anything in the dryer.
Oh, okay.
But that's just my case. So
I guess there are always.
Well, we're gonna need more than one case. All right, guys, we're gonna need more than one case on this. I'm gonna put this to Twitter.
I actually have a washing machine that has this weird gasket that goes around the front, and if a sock goes in there, it will not drain, and that happens pretty often. So, but I mean, we have to pull it out, or it won't continue the cycle. So, maybe the washing machine.
You've always got to know when to pull out, Turbo. We've learned that today.
No, man, look,
Problem for all us DJs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you have, good, Jay.
No, I'm laughing and agreeing.
Also, though, we need to give a special shout out though to Sandra because yesterday there was confusion. She is not a soft wiener. Corey is a soft wiener.
Yeah, she's a hard wiener, if anything. I'm just kidding. She's not a wiener at all.
She's our Web3.
She's hard as
She's one of our
but she
Web3
ain't
breakfast
no
queens. We've got several queens in our community, and she is one of them. And I'm looking forward to meeting Queen Sandra in Toronto during the conference week, which I think the plan is. Mike had asked me something the other day, And I think the plan is to stick around through Friday so that we can do, and that's why I put the post down, so that we can do a Friday pizza party somewhere in Toronto.
Can you get yourself a Stargaze address so I can send you your bad pizza?
Mm-hmm. Stargaze. It's a what is that? A Cosmos?
I mean, that was a silly
Like
question.
everybody else in the group.
It was a
Can
silly
you
question.
start that?
I missed that. What happened at the end there? What'd you say?
Wasn't it though? Oh, I just said like, everybody else in the group has like bit the bullet and got a Kepler wallet except you. Maybe Turbo needs to get one too. I haven't been in communique with him in a while, but yeah, man.
Well, let's do a
Get a wallet so I can
right.
send you your pizza.
All right.
Also, though, great job on the
We can do it live
pronunciation
on
of Toronto. You didn't say Toronto, so very much appreciated. You're basically Canadian.
Thank you. I get the honorary maple when I get there, especially good stuff. I know I joke about this, but I literally am going to try to find like the most expensive, purest craft maple syrup possible. And we were going to just take, we'll get some little shot glasses and we will pour them half full and we will do pinkies out with the finest maple we can find.
I just took some pictures of like 2 different types of maple. There's very dark, and then I found an actual 26er. So if you want a 26-ounce bottle, we could all, cheers around.
Oh.
I found it. It's at Walmart. Easy to find.
Sir.
There's also I was looking up maple flavored alcohol yesterday, so we can try something like that too.
All right. I definitely think that we need to go into like a country store, like a family store, and find this. I don't think we're looking for something at Walmart. We got to find a little.
So right where I live is like 20 minutes, like basically like the town next over. It's called Elmira. They actually hold the Guinness World Record for it's the Maple Syrup Festival. They have a 1-day Maple Syrup Festival, and it's the Guinness World Record for the largest maple syrup festival in the world. So there's always good stuff there. I think that's coming up. So you gotta get something. The Mennonites know how to make maple syrup.
JChains wants to spend $50 on a bottle of maple syrup. That's cool with me, man.
Maybe they'll take like how much in ETH? How much in Ethereum is this, Mr. Mennonite?
I just need to know if Walmart's a fancy place, because Jay said he was looking for a fancy bottle, and Carrie's like, well, you can get it right over at Walmart.
No, the answer is no. We think of Walmart the same.
Okay, good. You got, because you've seen the People of Walmart website, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, the city I live in, Barrie, is so fucking well, I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's okay, but it's pretty ghetto. Parts in one town, right? That's under 1 million people. Like, it's not even over 200,000 people, I don't think. And we've got 2 fucking Walmarts. That's like 1 Walmart per 100,000 people. Why?
Well, they service a lot. Is there any? You know how like moonshiners will make moonshine in the tub? Is there anybody that like? Is there any like tub maple?
You just go straight out to the tree, man. There's maple fucking trees everywhere. You literally just tap the tree.
Let's tap a tree.
No, you'll go straight to fucking jail for that, man. You'll go straight to the bottom of the lake. The fucking the Quebec fucking mafia, they will find you and they will put you at the bottom of the fucking lake. I am not kidding.
It's like what are the hunters called? There's like a special term for hunters. I can't think of it.
Poachers.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Poachers.
Yeah,
So there's
the ones that aren't supposed to be hunting.
Yeah. What is the equivalent to
maple syrup poachers?
Yeah, just tapping trees when you have no authority to be doing so. Sir, put the tap down and step away from the maple. You are under.
I swear. I swear. I was just kidding. It was just a little bit. I was just having a little bit off, sir.
So you need to
take away your car for that shit.
Stop tapping and
step away from the tree, monsieur.
All right, I have to.
JChains, where are you going? Are you going? You said you're going to Canada, right?
Yeah. So we come up to Toronto for the Blockchain Futurist Conference. So that's it.
My wife says the best place for maple syrup is in Quebec.
All right.
She's from Canada.
How far from Toronto is Quebec?
A couple-hour drive.
No, like 6-hour drive. Like we're not going there. Like we don't. It's Quebec.
No.
We're like, no, we don't want to. We don't want none of that.
Well, I mean, we could go to Ottawa, but that's like 4 hours from Toronto, and then like kind of skip across. Yeah, no, Mr. Dude's right.
No.
We don't need to go there. Plus, we'll run into the fucking mafia, like I said.
Yeah,
They're-
dude,
they're-
I drove from Toronto. I drove from Toronto all the way to Quebec in one single day. Like it was like under 10 hours. It was like 4 or 5 hours.
How about we ride
In
a
the
Six
snow,
hours
in
from
like
Mississauga. We're not gonna do
in blizzard conditions where it was white out. I even had to stop and have a rest because it was so white out. I drove it, dude. It's not that far.
I think
I'm
so.
telling
I
you.
think
We're proud of that, but we're just not going to go to Quebec because like we're like, I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
we're not going to drive there. What we're going to do is
My
we're
wife says yes,
going to
they
ride
are.
moose. We're going to ride a moose there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then it's like only a couple hours.
Yeah.
But still, yeah,
it's
I
only
agree.
2
That's kind of far. It is kind of far for just one maple syrup, though.
Maybe we can.
You know
They have
what
an
I
airport.
wish? I wish
They have an
that in
airport.
Canada they had like unicorn mooses. You know what I mean? Like I wish that was their thing. Like it was a moose, but it was like a unicorn, like with a unicorn horn. But they probably don't.
Yeah, they definitely don't. And on that note, I have to step out of frame for just a second because if you don't know what time it is, you will shortly. Hey, hey. You know what that means? It's time to get those pizza orders. How's the music? Is it too loud or is it all right? All right, here we go. It's time for pizza orders. Hobus, what you getting on your pizza today? We will get that thing made up and sent your way. You have to pay for it, but we'll get it made for you. Hobus. It's pizza time. Pizza time. Hey, Neil, what kind of pizza do you want today?
I'm getting double pepperoni.
Let's go. Carrie, what's your pizza order, buddy?
Well, in honor of Corey, who isn't here today, I'm gonna have an all kiwi pizza.
Get on him. Just someone kick him off the show. Doom, you got your hand
I'm
up,
back.
and we got to get your pizza order.
I get the margarita.
Love it, love it, love it.
Hobus
Doug,
is going with meat lovers.
there it is. There he is, Hobus, getting that meat lovers. Doug, what's your
bad.
pizza?
I'm in and out right now.
Oh, you're good, brother.
I'm going to go for the pepperoni, sausage, bacon, onions, and jalapenos, and today on a barbecue base.
Oh, that sounds gas.
Yes, I love that. Jacob, what's your pizza order?
All right, we're doing a sourdough crust, and we're doing pepperoni, onion, black olives, and the classic cashew, baby.
There it is. One of these days, I'm gonna try the cashew on the pizza, man. I promise you, I'm gonna try it one day.
I know. One of these days, dude.
Maybe we'll make pizzas at home tonight, and maybe this is tonight's the night. Mike, what's your pizza order, buddy?
I'm keeping it Canadian over here. I'm going to go with the Donair pizza. That's what I'm going to go with.
A
Basically, they have like this Donair sauce they put down. It's like a sweet sauce, and then it goes on, and then these flat pieces of meat go on there, and then tomato and onion.
Whew. All right, like that. Turbo Cito. What kind of pizza you getting, buddy?
I'm getting that thin crust with the white sauce, jalapenos, and feta cheese.
Nice. I like that feta. A little extra salt. Mr. Dude, what is your pizza order?
We are making homemade pizza tonight with the girls. So it'll be just pepperoni and cheese, obviously dipped in ranch because we know ranch is king.
Yes.
Show's over.
Yeah, I'm terminating this show now. Ranch is not
You
king.
just made
Ranch is
so many people sad, so many people happy.
ranch is trash.
That's Web3, baby. That's how you go viral. You piss off half the people, get the other half to love you, baby.
That is so true.
I'm
I think
also making pizzas too tonight with my kids.
that's the move, man. Making pizza at home with the fam. There's so much fun. It's interactive. It's a lot of fun, and if you can throw the dough, your kids are mesmerized. I say kids, I only have one, but she's just mesmerized when Daddy throws the dough. We make a mess and get flour everywhere. It's so much fun. Yeah, if you can make them at home, make them at home. That's the way to do it. And then you know what ingredients you're getting. Better ingredients, better pizza. Make it at home. All right. Probably pepperoni, banana peppers, and garlic on one of the pizzas, and then I would assume my in-laws are going to put black olives on the other one, which disgusts me. And usually we have to cook the pizza that I'm going to eat first, because I don't even like the olive steam in the oven touching my pizza. I think that's gross. Olives are disgusting. So apologies to whoever put olives on their pizza. That might have been Doug. I don't know. I'm sorry. As soon as I heard olives, I vomited in my brain.
Definitely not me. Definitely.
I'm sorry for putting that imagery in your head and making you sick to your stomach. If you taste puke in the back of your mouth, go get some water, drink it. You'll be okay.
If you taste,
we'll give you something to throw up over, JChains.
Yeah, you
keep throwing up in your brain.
Yeah, you idiot. I like to tell restaurants.
I used to work. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I used to work at a restaurant too. I used to go. There's this dude. He would literally drain the olives and drink the juice every time. Every time.
Yo, that's just fucking vile. Actually, what the fuck is that? What?
I can't. I cannot. I most of the
He
time
was the dishwasher.
Yeah, you guys heard last week.
He would also take food off the plates too. He would take food off the plates too and eat it still. Like if it looked good, he would take it off the plate and eat it. I'm not even joking, dude.
Oh. We saw a guy reach into the garbage can the other day in our town, or maybe this was in London. I get everything mixed up now. I've been to so many places, but I saw a homeless guy reach into a garbage can on the street and pull out like a half-eaten cheeseburger and then just go in with bite the half of the half that was left. It was terrifying.
Yeah, the guy in front of us actually put it in the bin. Like you saw him reach over to the bin, and the guy walking towards us, the homeless guy, just like picked it back out the bin and just started munching.
He saw it happening, and he's like, "Wait a second, that's
yeah,
lunch."
He saw it go in.
I posted the picture of the crazy guy who loved eating his pizza on the street. We were just happened to be walking by, Doug and I were, and there was a dude slamming he had an empty pizza box. He had the whole thing greased up, so that means he demolished the whole thing, I think. And we asked him how it was, and he said, "Gnarly." It was great. Check that video out. All right.
Yeah, I saw that video. Was that guy American? Like, why did he say gnarly to you? Is that a word that you use now?
No, I don't know. I don't think he was American.
I thought he was Australian at the time.
That sounds right.
How do you even pronounce gnarly, Doug?
So yeah, we'd say gnarly, but he was like, "It's gnarly, dude," or something like that.
Put it on the Bobby. It's gnarly, dude. Yeah, we're gonna give him an Aussie. Maybe he was a Kiwi. We don't want to insult our Australian friends, because I don't think the Aussies and the Kiwis are like friends, right? Isn't that a thing?
Just to be clear, Kiwi doesn't belong anywhere fucking near pizza. Corey's a fucking psychopath. That's all I'm gonna say about him while he's not here to defend himself. But I was just kidding. I'm actually having pepperoni and jalapenos.
There you go. Well, thank you for correcting your order. I would have probably thought about that when I was eating my pizza, but like, is he really eating that today? Anyway. All right. That'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. If you don't tune into the afternoon show, I'm right now speaking to just the Web3 Breakfast listeners. If you don't come back at 4 p.m. Eastern to see me interview Shibtoshi from Squid Grow, that's on you. You don't have to, but that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern today. Have a great rest of your afternoon, y'all, or morning, depending on where you're coming from. Love you. Ciao for now.